Mirchi and Mime is a Mumbai-based restaurant that serves modern Indian cuisine. It is the first of its kind where food is served exclusively by speech and hearing impaired service staff. And in today's episode, to discover more about this amazing initiative, with me right now, I have the founder of the restaurant chain, Mr. Sekhar Reddy. So, Mr. Reddy, welcome to Talks at Sharekhan. My first question to you is, Mirchi and Mime is quite an interesting concept. How did you come up with this concept?
Me and my partner, we happened to watch a Facebook video. This is about a restaurant which opened in Toronto, started by an Indian guy. It was a fast food restaurant. So both of us saw the video almost simultaneously in different rooms, and then we came and exchanged notes. And then my friend told me that this is something that I saw, why don't we do something like this in India? And I almost had exactly the same view that we should do something like this in India, because there is a huge amount of population who are deaf and mute in India, who don't have jobs and who don't have any kind of recognition. So that's where the whole idea started. So we opened our restaurant, the doors opened on May 2015.
How did you manage to find speech and hearing impaired employees, and how supportive were their families in the journey?
Speech and hearing impaired, India itself has got a huge population, I think some 20 or 30 million people, of which almost 10 million are available for the workforce. Bombay has got 8 or 9 schools which teach up to SSC level. We reached out these schools for campus placement, and then we gave a profile of the kind of requirement we have. So we decided that we want all the waiters to be deaf and mute, and the kitchen staff and the managers can speak. So one restaurant required about 25 people who are deaf and mute, another 25 will be in the back end. So when they came for interview, each candidate came with 4 or 5 people. His father, mother, his brother, sister, uncle, aunt, etc. And they came and they started interviewing us. कि ये करेगा क्या? इसको कुछ नहीं आता है. इसको एक ग्लास उठा के रखना नहीं आता है. ये what do you want him to do? He doesn't know anything. And we had a tough time convincing them. नहीं भाई, हम रेस्टोरेंट ओपन कर रहे हैं, इसमें वेटर का काम करेगा आपका लड़का और उसको पैसा मिलेगा, पगार मिलेगा, ये टाइमिंग है. So first was we had to convince them that please allow your kid to appear for the interview.
Were they supporting though? But initially, in the initial months, were they supporting their families?
Families were supporting, but by and large they were very, very suspicious, because people in the SHI category, speech and hearing impaired category, don't have regular jobs. So anyone except for there are some companies like CCD or some people who are employing 1 or 2 people in each store. That is part of the CSR. But in our case, we are employing 100% speech and hearing impaired. So they used to bring them to work, and the guy used to come inside, and the parent used to sit outside, waiting outside the glass and seeing ki kar kya raha hai. So we gave them a 30-day course on grooming and behavior. And then we gave them a 2-month course on how to deal with things inside the restaurant. To carry plates from here, how to take the order, how to note down something from the customers, etc. And the moment they picked up the why, how and what of it, then they were no looking back. Then they picked up so well, and then they were delivering, and there were no shows. So we had a lot of people coming, a lot of media attention, people coming, but we were very clear that people are going to come a second time only if your food got there.
Right.
Because once you will go and see the exhibition, and ho gaya abhi, next second time aap kyun gaye? Khana acha hai tab. And that's when we focused completely on food, and we have so far never even used the deaf and mute staff as a promotion. Several people come to the restaurant. I think you were mentioning that you had been to the restaurant, you discovered that everybody is deaf and mute. So that's what we want people to realize, that this is not something that you should come for. This is not something that we want your pity for. This is not something we want your support for. We want all of us, including us and customers, to treat deaf and mute people as equals, and that is what also they enjoy. So here the menu is printed in a tabular form in one page. So it's only one page, there are no multiple pages, one page. So you can very simply just point the item. Or if you just want to go a little technical, we have categorized them as soups, tawa items, tandoor items, curries and rice and rotis, etc. And each has got a symbol on the top, like this is S in sign language. So this is S, which stands for soups. T is the tandoor, and V is for veg, etc. So very, very simple. You don't even need to worry about what the symbols are. Okay. So you just say soups, and number 3 is the third soup. Okay. In the menu.
So let's go back in time. Tell us more about your first recruit.
First recruit, like I said, we had a tough time telling people that we want 25 people. Okay, so we went to the schools and we told them we need 25 people. So 25 लोग क्यों चाहिए? क्या करने वाले? So first was convincing the schools that please send us candidates. So once they sent, the second part was like each one came with 5 or 6 people. So हम उसका इंटरव्यू लेना तो बाद में, but the parents etc. the family started taking our interview. Right. Coming to the work was again where the parents came along with him to find out what the guy is doing. But after 7 to 10 days, they were quite happy. We literally have zero attrition. In fact, we have to throw out people because of some lethargy cases, some indiscipline cases. We have to throw them out. But otherwise, nobody ever leaves, except for like कुछ शादी कर लिया किसी ने दूसरे शहर जाना है. They want only for those reasons people leave.
So when it comes to compensation, how does that work with speech and hearing impaired employees?
Every state has got their minimum wages. So we have the base minimum wages. Like in Maharashtra, the basic wages are about 11 or 12,000, and with all the allowances, it comes to 15,000-16,000. So we completely comply to that. So we are following all these compliances with wages, etc. Plus, in restaurants, people get tips. I mean, the customers give tips. We also distribute tips. So tips plus the wages, each waiter, they make anywhere between 18,000 to 22,000.
So, last question to you. The government processes to help the speech and hearing impaired people aren't in place. So, how do we, as an organizational level, help these people achieve their goals?
The policies are in place.
All right.
Policies are perfect in place. Implementation is in place. So, like every government office is required to have a deaf and mute interpreter, depending upon the volume, etc. They have calculated some number of deaf and mute in the state, and therefore allocated government jobs to them. Government jobs to interpreters. So you need to have so many number of interpreters in the state, and these interpreters are to be allocated to government hospitals, to government offices, to post offices, etc. And lastly, the issue is about our culture. So the entire infrastructure in the country is not geared up to handle PWD, people with disability. So coming to the last part of your question, what do we do as corporates is probably something like what we've done, and it's not very difficult. It's not. I mean, it's easy to say it's a great thing, but it's not a great challenge. Like I said, the primary communication language is ISL. And if we have speaking people who are going to work inside that, we teach them ISL and then let them come. So we spend a lot of money on training the speaking people on the sign language. So it's the reverse. Right? So it's what we want to call it as reverse inclusion. It's not the workforce inclusion. That's not like we're trying to include the people with disabilities inside, but we want speaking people to get into their environment.
We hope you enjoyed watching this episode. We'll be back with yet another one really soon. Until then, this is Khushbu Mulani signing off.